Hi, this is Diana, and I've been in private practice for nearly 40 years. And here's what most people get wrong about manifestation. They're trying to create from a body that's still holding the old stories. They put affirmations on top of tension, whether it be past or current, and that really can't work all that well. It's like trying to plant seeds in dry, barren soil and expecting them to grow. I do want you to hear this before we go any further, though. This is a reminder that the subconscious runs the programs that it's given. That's all it can run. And your soul knows why you're here. And you know your intent is very good. And that's a beautiful way to be. So if you've been afraid to go deep, please don't be. You've got a lot of beautiful things ahead. Here's the thing about manifestation. Everyone talks about the mind. Think positive thoughts. Visualize what you want. Feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's all great advice. But it's incomplete because your body's running the program too. Your fascia holds emotion. Your nervous system holds patterns. Your tissue holds the old story or stories. Sometimes for decades. There have been people I've worked with childhood traumas that are still running in their system and causing all kinds of health issues, mental illness, all kinds of things. So as I look at someone, if you don't take the whole picture into the situation, what happens is that it reminds you that it's still there in other ways, which is not what we want. We'd like the trauma to be released, the history to be shifted into something more positive, and things to move forth. So what we're going for is total alignment. And what that means is all the parts of you are working together to get you where you need to be. Your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, your body, they're all pointing in the same direction. And when you're not having all those and their union, their beautiful flow, they manifest the old story every time. And I've watched this play out thousands of times. People who manifest, the ones who really manifest, they're not the ones who visualize the hardest or have the best candles or vision boards. They're the ones who release the old patterns first. I just want to remind you also that I'm not teaching you just theory. I've lived this. At 18, I was electrocuted and I was told I'd never walk again. Took 5 years of recovery, and almost all of it was without any medical care. I was manifesting the healing. And I was doing it by not pretending I was fine. But I did it in a variety of beautiful ways. But one of the most important was going into the body, into the tissue, into the beliefs that were actually running the show. And of course, also the physical constraints that were there because of the electricity running through my body. Later on, I had a heart attack, recovered from that. My doctor looked at the echo last time, and he was just pleased as you could possibly be, looking phenomenal, with that big old smile on his face. And I said, uh-huh. And he said, you're doing better than you were before you had the heart attack. And I said, how did that happen? And he laughed, and he said, Diana, you're a healer. And then my body surprised me with some cancer. And we're still working on the completion of that. But it was very, very bad for a long time. And I was told again that I wouldn't walk, move, or do anything in a normal functioning way. And I'm up running around back to work, doing all the things I was told I couldn't do. So if you look at it from the situation of, I have had 3 life-threatening situations. And 3 times I could have said, well, this is it. I can't see anything positive or even living after this. But 3 times I said, no. I went deeper. I looked at things. I took them and put them in the right perspectives and had the beautiful healing energies that we did and used all kinds of different modalities. And it's a good feeling to know that you've got there. And I want to share those tools with so many people, as many people as possible. I was also told that I couldn't have any children, and I have 3 beautiful children. And I also manifested a beautiful home on the water, not by wishing, but by aligning the body, the mind, the spirit, the soul, all working together in a beautiful flow. So, to sum some of this up, the universe isn't random. It's designed for good health, for freedom, for peace on earth. And I mean that literally. But you have to get out of your own way. And the way out isn't through the mind alone. You've got to include the body. So let's run through the formula again. I call it the R.E.I. formula. Recognize, expose, and then imprint. And it doesn't take that much time once you get yourself in a better aligned position. That means the body, the mind, the spirit, the soul. The formula works fantastic. And it works differently for every person because it works from the place that you are at in your body, mind, spirit, and soul. So step one is to recognize. So we've got to run through a little bit of an exercise for right now. And we talked about the stomach meridian. And if you haven't seen that video, it's fine. This will still work beautifully. So I'd like you to put your hand on your stomach right now and just feel what's there. Not what you think is there, but what is actually there. Is it tight? Is it hollow? Is there a knot or bloating? Any kind of pain? It's not random. We know there's a belief in there somewhere that caused something in your body to have some discomfort there. But without a doubt, it's the physical shape of a thought or some trauma that you've been carrying. And I still don't want you to name it. Just feel it. Take a deep breath for just a second. Then we're going to move on to step number 2, which is to expose it. So that means say it out loud, whatever comes up. I've had people scream, I'm not enough, or I don't deserve this, or it's not safe for me to do what I want to do. What is yours? Say it out loud. You'll remember it. And your brain right now is still forming, trying to make sense of everything. It kind of drew a conclusion at one point, and that conclusion became a belief. And the belief became a filter, and your body's been holding it ever since. So I'd just like you to say it again. Don't edit it. Don't soften it. The exposure is a large part of the release. And a lot of you are feeling better. Enjoy that feeling. And take another deep breath. And we're moving on to step number 3. That's the imprint. Now, breathe into the place where you felt it, whether it be side of your stomach, maybe closer to your chest, but breathe into the place. So imagine that breath coming into your hand and touching, and I'd like you to deliberately take some deep breaths, probably 6, 7, 8 of them. And then go ahead and breathe out. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in again. And exhale. Get another breath in. And out. A few more. And out. If any of you are practicing any healing techniques for breathing in front of the life force energy, chi, ki, whatever you like to. Call it. Lots of names. And one more. When you practice this, it's slow and deliberate. And with every breath that you took, you're not really adding anything new at this point. You're loosening something old. You're watering that soul. Here's what I need you to understand. You just did something most people never do. You went into the body instead of around it. You didn't just say, I'm thinking positive thoughts. You changed the conditions. And that's what helps manifestation work. Not just the visualization, not the affirmation, but the alignment, body, mind, spirit, and soul. So today, we may have completed some beautiful things for you, but we haven't. There's a crack in that foundation that's not good. It's going to continue to go. What we've done now is we've helped crack some of the things off, if not all, of a particular issue, an old trauma, something that you've been running that's not the best for you to run. And if any of it's still left, it's become a non-charged part of your body's history. So for now, whatever you found, please don't tell anyone, because it's really no one's business but yours. Let it settle. You've just planted a beautiful seed in some watered soil. If this hits home for you, please subscribe. I'll be teaching more of this, the full path to total alignment. Each video, one piece, or sometimes more, one or two techniques, one or two beautiful shifts. So if you want to go deeper, if you want to work with me one-on-one, scan the code on the screen. That takes you to my calendar. We'll find what your body's holding, and we'll release it together. We'll see you there.